Well, she might be a while, so figure she needed to change her panties. Might as well just get started. Is that okay, sugar? Yeah, I mean, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it into my bag. Slip
it.
Jesus, like, who should I show my poem first? Should I show my poem to either of the girls that I didn't write it for?
The one you wrote 2 episodes ago?
Like, Jesus. I guess I'll just go ahead and show it to Monica.
That's weird. She's not on the list.
Yeah, because she, like, Yuri left the room. Like, she's not even here. I wrote the poem for Yuri and she left. Like, this is some bullshit. It's just like real life. Like, I'm trying to hook up with this one girl and she's just doing everything to avoid me. I should start with Monica.
Including a
I think to myself
order.
after. Yeah, like, she's doing everything. Yeah, I mean, who goes so far as to get a restraining order? I mean, it's not like I was stalking her all the time. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know that I'm, putting some effort in. Hey, butt puppet. Having a good time so far? Well, it could be better, to be honest with you, Monica. Could be better. Glad to hear it. That's not what I said. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could be doing better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay, sugar? Yeah. I don't give a shit. Of course I'm afraid to bring things up, because I don't give a I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in, and also I kind of don't give a shit, so... Anyway, want to share your poem with me, sugar? Sugar! It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, Butt Puppet. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? Yeah. No, you're not. But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, I guess so. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Butt Puppet. I was doing my O face. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. Oh! It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I didn't expect you to get so deep up in it.
I didn't think 3 inches could go that far.
I guess I underestimated you, sugar. It's easy. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Don't fluff.
Don't fluff.
That way, it all seems big in the end. I mean, counts when I put in the effort.
Stay on script.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yeah. Where the fuck is that bitch? What the shit? Writing that full of imagery and symbolism. Something I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that in a bad thing, though. Just
it's in a blender.
Sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with lots of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Coming on strong, bitch fucking barely opened her mouth. I mean, trust me, I barely...
she has some fantasies
like
to
earlier.
indulge.
I think she gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri!
Poop.
I'm back. I just had to change my underwear. Did I miss anything?
It's too wet.
Oh, really? Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
In front of God and everybody.
Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad to hook you up. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my, get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? No. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. That's always the way it works. Always the way it works. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I don't have to feel that way, you know? You know, sugar?
You know, sugar.
I see. Well, let's read it. Hole in wall.
Glory hole in wall. Hole in stall.
I'm like, don't tell me they're going to be the same poems again. Like, come on.
Closing in on me.
Okay.
Darkness closing in on me.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I take after the okay, hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others? Oh my god, I cannot freaking read. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle.
0 points.
Closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there.
The fart Jared let dissipated before
swallowing my fear, I brandish my pen.
Ooh. Our pen has been brandished.
She was swallowing my fear, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Do you like that weird
So,
poem?
what do you think? Well, I think you wrote a poem about being stuck inside a computer. And I was right there, but you couldn't touch me because you're a 2D bitch. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's alright. You suck.
So I see you have an Oculus Rift. Why don't you put that on?
No. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Even if you don't know how to read and you had trouble, figuring that out. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful, even though Jared can't read very well, so it was not powerful or inspirational one bit. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the spot for too long, it will just get a bit dark puddle of ink and stuff. So just move hand and go flow. That's advice today. Thanks for listening. Who should I maybe, I don't know,
Natsuki.
Yuri.
I want to see Natsuki.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
They
Exceptional.
turn bright purple and blinding.
Whoa. You used a big exceptional? Does that mean bad? Did I say that out loud?
Exceptionally bad.
Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her
butt.
face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Actually, I killed your dog, and that's what my poem's about.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
The poem's like,
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? I mean, I did in a previous game. Dun-dun-dun. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Really. I swear it's my first time. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Huh.
Gadget, this poem will self-destruct in 3 seconds.
Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Just whip out your poem.
Yeah, so here, and then he forgot the period, and fucking carry the 1, and extra 2, and the remainder of the 3, and... Yeah, okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that, that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them, and I think the most noticeable reason... Excuse new writers is that they try to make their own, Oh wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, in other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic and bitch, speak up! The end result is that both the styles and the expression is a weakness, and once Yuri finds her train of thought, she just kind of rambles on, and no one gives a shit anymore, and she stammers completely, and she sounds like an expert, but no one really cares, and... Of course, I mean, that's something that can be blamed for, this is a thing, and then so many skills and techniques and go into writing everything.
She's an expert, bro.
Not just finding them and building them, but getting them all working together is probably the most challenging part. My team is practice and learning, for example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit of a bias, though. Bias? Whoa, wait, you babbled there for a minute, and then I heard Natsuki was biased.
I noticed you haven't thumbs up my poem on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's very,
well...
not supportive of you.
Never mind. I shouldn't talk about people like that. Shouldn't talk about people like that. Sorry. No, it's fine. You babbled and you said something that I was interested in. Now you won't tell me anymore, and you're kind of pissing me off. But you know,
and
okay.
She'll show you her poem.
Yeah, I showed you mine. Show me yours. Do you mind if I read your poem now? I mean, or lift your skirt, or do something to entertain me? Would you, please?
Don't read it yet.
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Next time, we'll share her thought process.
Next time, thought processes. Dun dun dun. GameBound thought processes. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny.
Are they gonna kill off Natsuki and then Yuri will be like the badass biker bitch? That'd be awesome.
I feel like because the whole like Yuri's like disappearing and like Monica's already expressed concern towards Yuri already, you know what I mean? Like I feel like she's next.
No.
Even though that's unfortunate.
No.
I thought they were gonna like save the bigger boobs to last. It would have been funny if they went with Natsuki, then Sayori, and then like Monica's probably gonna be the last one because she's like the nutso one, and I'm not allowed to write poems for her, but you know, we're going in order of breast size.
Totally.
After all, isn't that supposed to be the way that Literature Club works? You know, to kill people off in order of breast size. Wow, oh my god, a short poem?
First rule of Literature Club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. You gave me like this weird look, Jim.
No, it's good.
Yeah. I bathe. Wait.
I'm getting lots of weird looks.
I bathe calm. I bathe calms? What? I bathe calms, breathing air. I breathe? That doesn't look like breathe.
Oh.
I don't know. It says, looks like bathe. I bathe calms, breathing air of the present. Yeah. I bathe calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back.
Her dog Calm.
She flickered at me, and I flickered at her, and there was a lot of flickering going on. In the end, we all were relieved.
Mostly the same poem as she wrote last time.
Dot, dot, dot.